You need to know how you're going to get there. But if you keep repeatedly doing shoddy work, you're not going to be in the game for a long time. I call bullshit on that. That's not a strategy.
Hi, I'm Katie Schofield and I'm a permanent makeup artist and trainer. I'm obsessed with all things lips, eyeliner and eyebrows. And as well as being a supplier, speaker and educator, I want to help you grow your business and reach permanent excellence. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi again and welcome to Permanent Excellence, where today we're going to be finding out where you are in your business and where you want to go. It's New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. But this applies at any time, because a lot of people will say, why are you waiting for New Year to make changes? I'm one of those people. I will say to you, why are you waiting for time to make changes when if you make the change now, you've already gained that time? So that's definitely something that I would say, but also I do think that New Year is a great time to audit. Have a look back on the last year, see where you did well, what you want to improve on, and what you want to see for the coming year. So I like to do that regularly throughout the year, auditing where I am and where I want to be. Because actually, if you don't know where you are, then where you want to be just becomes an abstract concept. And honestly, when I talk to so many permanent makeup business owners, they don't really know where they are. And they have an idea of where they want to be, but it's very much like a dream, a fantasy. Oh, and I just want it to be that I don't have to work weekends and that I can spend some more time with my kids. And I just want to see sort of 2 people a day. And it's like, well, where are you up to? And what is your plan to get from there to there? If you don't know where you are, but you have a destination in mind, how do you get to that destination if you don't already know where you are? So we're going to have a look at how you can take your business apart, take your skills apart, really think where you're up to. And if you have had any thoughts in about 2024 and where you want to be, whether it's going full time in permanent makeup, whether it's adding a new skill, whether it's taking on staff, whether it's filling your books or seeing X amount of clients per week more, then you need to know where you are, you need to know where you want to be, and you need to know how you're going to get there. Because a lot of people do treat that as an abstract idea of, if I just post some before and afters, then this will happen. And it's like, that's not a strategy. That isn't a strategy. So where are you right now? What are you doing? What skills are you doing? What treatments are you doing? How are things working out for you? And how was 2023? For a lot of people, 2023 was a pretty rough year for permanent makeup. In the forums, definitely I saw people saying that client numbers had dropped down. I'm always busy. I'm really lucky that I'm someone that's really busy. But I would say that the push that I would always have on the waiting list, that would often be 4-5 months sometimes, that did diminish. So I would say that people are spending less in this economy. Is it down to the fact that there's more people? Is permanent makeup more saturated? Don't know. I mean, there's more Starbucks in Huddersfield where I live than there ever was. They all seem to be full. Is coffee saturated? Yeah, but it's an emerging market. When I was young, there were no Starbucks, there were no coffee shops. It wasn't a thing. So permanent makeup, everyone has a set of eyebrows, everyone's got lips, and everyone's got lashes for an eyeliner. So until everyone's had it done, I don't know if it is a saturated market. And also, you are seeing people for colour boosts. So essentially, after a few years, once you get yourself full, your business shouldn't really be able to take that many new people on anyway. So this was the year, 2023 was the year that I set up VIPMU, which is my mentorship group, which is I'm in partnership with Victoria Racker, you may know her as Victoria Glam, and also Mindy Churchill, and they are incredible people. So if you don't know about them, go and follow them, because you will be getting some amazing advice from them. We are all artists, we're all trainers, we're all sales trained as well, but we all have our particular niche, and mine is getting skills across to people in the easiest way to understand possible. So if you found any of my content on YouTube and you found it easy, then I've done my job well, and that makes me very, very happy. Victoria is a content creating genius. She really is. She's phenomenal at branding, marketing. She's always on brand, always bright pink. And she's phenomenal at telling you, at finding a vision for you to find how you're going to speak to your ideal client, and then making content that does that. And Mindy is an incredible saleswoman. She's everyone's mom. She has 7 children. Seven children. So she's very busy. So Mindy always says, don't tell me you haven't got time. I've got 7 kids. But she's responsible for $3 million worth of permanent makeup sales in the last couple of years alone. And, she's a mum of 7. So if she can do it, so can you. So our mentorship focuses on permanent makeup being, Mindy likes to say, it's a stool. Take one of the legs away, the stool falls over. I talk about it as if it's a triangle. I'm a massive arsonist, which just sounds terrible, but I'm a very outdoorsy girl. My mum was a scout leader. My family were brought up pretty wild, pretty feral. We were outside all the time. We had woods behind the house, and we'd forever be burning things. And every house I've lived in has had a fire, and if it doesn't, then I put one in. And I'm very, very happy left with one match creating a blaze. It makes me very, very happy. It's a fundamental human thing to like to sit by a fire. When I was at school, I was taught about the fireman's triangle. I don't know if any of you remember that. And it's the 3 things that makes your fire burn. Take any one of those things away, your fire goes out. And I use the fire analogy for your permanent makeup business a lot, because that's what we want to create, this roaring fire that's producing smoke, that's profit. But we don't want it to be dying embers. We want a really healthy looking burning bonfire. So for a successful business, you're going to need 3 things. You are going to need permanent makeup skills. You're going to have to be good at your job. Now, all of us start somewhere. Have we all done brows that we could have done better? Of course. Have we done lips we could do better? Yes. But you need good skills if you're going to excel. You need to, as I've mentioned before, put the time in on latex, put the time in on paper. Really, really practice at honing your craft. So that's the first thing. It's very, very important. And I have no trouble convincing any of you that you need to do this. This is what you think generally permanent makeup is about. Learning skills. Right, I've got microblading done. Right, I need to go into nano. Okay, I'm not busy, so I'll sell lips. Okay, I need some more clients. I'll sell eyeliner. You always seem to think that the answer to any issues of growing your business is to add more skills. Now, I say add them. Great. Become a master of all of them. You don't have to niche down. I do areola, brows, microblading, nano, powder, lips, eyeliner, shaded eyeliner. I do all that. And I've practiced it. And I think a decent job of it. But skills aren't enough. And this is what we seem to think, is that people, if you're heading into this year going, I'm going to add this skill, great, do it. And do it well and focus on it until you do it well. So if you're not already great at brows, I wouldn't be adding lips. I would be getting really good, nailing that technique, and then moving on. And make sure that you're investing in quality education. I had someone recently that did a YouTube tutorial of mine and then went, oh, so can I go and do this on people now? Like a YouTube tutorial was enough to go and do nano. It's not enough. It's not enough. You need to be getting good quality education, hands-on education. I'm not suggesting don't watch YouTube. You can learn an amazing amount on there. But you need to be having hands-on education with skilled people whose work you like, not just because it's the cheapest. Don't skimp on your education. So where are you wanting to go with your skills? What do you want to nail down, and what are you struggling with? So have a think about that, where you're going to take your skills this year. So skills are non-negotiable. So if you've ever heard people saying you just need to get good at marketing, it doesn't really matter about your skills. I call bullshit on that. I really do. Because you can market really terrible things. I've seen some things on Instagram. You know, when you buy them and or something from Wish, and you get there and you're like, this is not what I thought it would be. No one wants brows from Wish, do they? Oh my God, no. You do see it though, don't you? Like if Wish did brows. So no one wants to be the Wish brows person. But you can market to a degree. You can have really spangly, great marketing and sell a certain amount of your product. If that's permanent makeup, you can sell a certain amount of that. But if you keep repeatedly doing shoddy work, you're not going to be in the game for a long time, because people are not going to come back to you. If they're going to have to go and get corrections or laser, or if the friends look at them and go, that's not a good job, it's not a good job, then you can't be in the business for a long time. So skills, get your skills absolutely nailed down. That's the first thing. And as I said, never have problem selling courses on skills, because people always think that's the most important. Is it the most important? Yeah, it is. What next? So what's the next part of this fireman's triangle? Well, in the fireman's triangle, you've got fuel, you've got oxygen, you've got heat. Take any of those away. So if you snuff out a candle flame, just deprive it of oxygen, it goes out. So the next thing that you need, you've got your fuel, which is your skills. That's the thing you do. You then need to add oxygen to that. And for that, I would say that's your marketing. And honestly, you have never had it so easy. I've been running businesses now for 25 years. Oh God. 25 years. 25 years I've been running businesses. And 25 years ago, the internet was very much in its infancy. I am that old. So there was emails, there were websites, but it wasn't very widely used. If you wanted to get eyes on your work, eyes on your business, you would have to put adverts in magazines. You would have to put leaflets through people's doors. You'd have to tramp the streets. Word of mouth would take a long time. Or you would have to pay for advertising. You'd have to pay to go in the newspaper. You'd have to pay to go in magazines. And it was expensive. Now, all of us have access to photo editing software in our phone, video editing software in our phone, and we can upload these things whilst we're still in bed. We can put ourselves in front of the eyes of people halfway across the world without even getting out of bed. I am doing this right now. There will be people listening to this thousands of miles away. I know there are, because I can see the statistics. Thousands of miles away. That is the age that we live in. We have never had it so good. And yet, it's the thing that people complain about the most. When they're talking about mentorship, oh, social media. Oh, it's so difficult to post. I know. Of course it is. It's hard. You've had a busy day. Kids are screaming. But a lot of the time, we're doing that without a proper strategy. So when I'm talking about a strategy, do you have an idea of how to market yourself? I mean, we've all got Facebook, we've all got Instagram, we've all got all these apps where we can put ourselves in front of our ideal client. But a lot of the time, we don't know how to create our content in a way that resonates with our ideal client. And that's where a content strategy is massively, massively important. Because what is the point in spending hours making those beautiful brows or beautiful latex if nobody sees them? So this is the next part of the fire, is the oxygen, and that is eyes on your business. If no one knows you exist, you don't have a business, because how are you going to get people in your chair? You can't. People need to know you exist. So how do you market? You should be aware of this. We need to know where you're at right now with your marketing. Do you get people from Instagram? Do you get people from Facebook? Do you run ads? Is it word of mouth? Do you have good referral schemes? These are all ways of marketing and getting more eyes on your business. So, and this is classed as a funnel. So if you hear things like sales funnel and you're like, yeah, I don't understand that. It's basically getting people who didn't know about you to know about you. How are you doing that? Is it just through social media? And social media is free and massive. So I hear so many people going, I just don't like social media. And it actually does wind me up a bit, because as I said, I used to have to put adverts in magazines for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds, and yet now I can put a short out on YouTube in 5 minutes and like 5,000 people will see it. Like, you don't know how lucky you are. You really don't know how lucky you are. So if you find it hard, it's probably because you don't know what you're doing. You don't have an actual content strategy of knowing how to put your business in front of the people that you want to see. Okay, so that's your oxygen, is knowing where you're up to. Do you know how people are finding you? And do you know why people are choosing you? Are you asking them, why did you pick me? People will usually pick me because they like my work, but also my content will have resonated with them. They'll think of me as someone that people will generally say to me, you really know what you're talking about. Many of my clients watch my YouTube, even though it's predominantly targeted at other artists, to help other artists. They'll watch it because that makes them feel confident about the artist they've chosen, because I know what I'm talking about, because I've demonstrated that. So how are you getting eyes on your business? What can you do to make that better? If you sat there and went, I don't know what you're talking about at all, then you probably need help with that. And so many people need help with that. So many people need help with that. It's getting that strategy of getting eyes on your business. And it's lovely when you post a banger and suddenly, woohoo, I've done a reel and it's had like 10,000 views. Great. That takes us to the third part of the triangle, sales. And this is the bit that nobody knows that they need help with. Can I sell people on Nano? Yeah. Are you in my YouTube looking at tutorials for eyeliner, for how to get better retention on your brows? Yeah. Are you looking for sales advice? Never. Yet, one of the biggest problems people will say with the business, I don't have enough clients. If you don't have enough clients, you have a marketing and sales problem. Or a skills problem, but we've already said we're going to iron that out. You need to have great skills. But if you don't have good sales and marketing, you don't have a business. If you don't have bums in seats, you don't have a business. You have a very expensive hobby. And I think it's time, if we're moving forward, to be honest and say, is that what you have right now? And then how are we going to change that? So sales is the heat of the business. We've got fuel, we've got oxygen, and that's the heat. We're going to turn the heat up, and we want that fire roaring, and we need a sales strategy. What do I mean by that? So we've marketed, we've got loads of eyes, we're getting loads of comments, loads of people saying, I love these brows, these are great. What are you doing with that? How are you turning those people into bookings? Because most people say to me, oh, well, yeah, people comment and I just give them a link to book. There's so much more work goes into it than that. And it's actually about not convincing, because that sounds slimy. And when you talk to Mindy, her whole thing is sales without any slime. We don't do slime. But you're helping people make the right decision for them. And if you don't know how to do that, or how to present yourself in a way that makes people feel comfortable and makes them give you that deposit, get the name in the diary, then you have a sales issue. And a lot of people have this. And this is the thing that if we say to people, you need sales advice, people go, no, I just need to learn Nano. And my point is always, if you're not already selling the brows that you already do, what's your plan to sell the new one? Why do you think you're going to be able to sell that? Because people think that people just buy just on the product. Whereas they don't. If that was the case, if it was just a product, then people would go with the cheapest. But they don't. They pick people for lots of reasons. So it's understanding how to market, but then to how to convert that into sales. Without sales, game over. Game over within a month or two. So are you aware of your sales process and what it looks like? Are you aware of your marketing funnel and how many people you are turning into sales? So that's the three triangle. You take any one of those away. You take the good skills away, no business. You take the eyes on your business away, no business. Take the sales away, you've no business. You need all those three, and you need those three working really well together, and then you're going to build a roaring fire, and that's your great business, and that's going to build a fantastic business for this year coming. So let's make a plan. Where are you up to? So let's talk about your skills. What do you want to do this year? How do you want to push those skills forward? Or are you happy with the skills that you already add? I'm going to be really pushing my students on Nano at the moment, just because I'm enjoying it. So I want to push the teaching of that this year, of helping people get the Nano skills. Absolutely fantastic. Because if you do Nano, You can do that. You can do hair strokes on more people. It's great for lots of different skin types. So that's my plan this year, is pushing my nano courses more. So where are you going to take your skills, and how much time are you going to put into it? We need to break this down into steps. So if you're going to be a really great nano artist, how many hours a day are you going to put in? The more hours you put in, the quicker you get to being I'm not going to say a master, because I don't like that terminology in our profession, but I mean, how long are you going to take to master it? Because it takes about 1,000 hours to master a skill. So, and marketing and sales are skills as well. So how much time are you going to put into that? And you need to put that time away, get it in your schedule so that you don't miss out on it every day, or however long you're going to put into it, and commit to it. And that's going to get you from A to B with your skills much better. Then we're going to talk about marketing. So where are you with your clients? Are you seeing enough? Do you want to see more? How many do you want to see? A lot of the time people will say to me, I want to see more clients, I want to get more clients. How many? How many are you seeing? And how many do you want to see? Then what we need to do is think backwards. So how are you advertising, or how are you marketing? So if you're doing it all through Instagram, how many posts and comments and likes and messages does it take for you to get one person? If you're wanting to get 5, you're going to have to do 5 times as much. So you're going to have to generate 5 times as much interest, 5 times as many comments, likes, messages from your content. So your content strategy is going to have to be leveled up. So literally we need to actually work out, if you are, say, running Facebook ads and you get 10 people saying how much, because that's what they do. How much? We all know that, don't we, right? How many of those messages then get into a consultation or a phone call? And then what is your closing rate on that? So for if 2 people call, are you likely to book 1? Or are you likely to book 4 out of 5? In which case that's a really good closing rate. So we need to know then how much you need to up your advertising, or how to message people better so that your conversion rate goes up. So unless we know all these things, know these figures, we don't know where we are and we can't make a plan. So if you don't know how much engagement leads to bookings, how do you know how much more you need to do, or how much you have to get better at it? If you don't know your sales conversion rate, out of every call, how many people are actually booking and putting a deposit down? If you don't know that, we don't know where we are. You don't know how to improve it. So you need to start actually taking note of this. So say if you were running ads and you're getting 10 messages a day and that leads to 1 booking, then if you want to get up to 5, you're going to have to advertise 5 times as much or get better at your messaging. So that's how we can make a plan to move forward. So do you have to add other things in, say some organic marketing as well, or a referral scheme? Because word of mouth is the best advertising, but it's also the slowest. So if you want to up your numbers, you're going to really have to put some thought into your sales and marketing as well as just upping your skills and being the best artist that you can be. So I hope that that's food for thought and it can help you make a plan. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about marketing or sales, then please get in touch with me, because I can always help you with that. Because I think so many people get into this and think, I'm going to do some eyebrows, and then people will be queuing out the door. I'll just open the door and I'll have a line of clients waiting there. And then actually the reality is very, very different. It's hard work, and there are very few people that just land like that on their feet, where clients just magically come. You generally have to do quite a lot of work to do that, and work effectively. So plans to put in place. Where are you? Where do you want to be? And let's start counting how you get there. So both with your skills, marketing, and your sales. Catch you next time.